What is up, guys? Wardog3 here, and today is Christmas Eve, so I'd like to wish you all, happy Christmas Eve. Go out there, watch some Christmas movies, Elf, Christmas Story, that type of thing. Really, really have fun for the day of Christmas. But the real topic of this video is talking about a review on Flight Assist in Ace Combat Infinity. So let's get right into it. There's three main things that Flight Assist does in Ace Combat Infinity, and it is returning from Ace Combat Assault Horizon. But the main three things it does is, one, it reduces the damage when you crash into something significantly, although this is dependent on how fast you're going and the angle of where you're crashing. And then the second thing that Flight Assist does is that it prevents you from stalling about 98% of the time. You can really slow down, really, really slow, but you don't stall. And then the third thing that Flight Assist does is that it automatically pulls you up if you're flying at a trajectory that's gonna smash you right into the ground, which is, that's actually pretty useful. But I wanted to talk about Flight Assist and go more in depth about what it does and how you can use it. You'll see in these two gameplays. The first one is taking out the B-1 bomber on Moby Dick Pursuit 1, and that really showcases some of the advantages of Flight Assist. When you're flying too close to Moby Dick or Gyges or Kodos, and you accidentally smash into them, but you only take a minimal amount of damage. And then the second one is a gameplay from my Ace Combat Marathon last Saturday. I was playing with a friend, Positron Cannon. I'll link his channel in the description. But yeah, so the first thing that Flight Assist does is that it significantly reduces the damage you take when you crash. And I feel this is the best thing about Flight Assist. I don't know if you guys know, but I use Flight Assist very, very, very well. I use it to its full potential. Just to give you a little bit of a backstory, when I played Ace Combat Infinity, I did not have Flight Assist originally turned on. And I was about at an 1800 match rate, and that would kind of stay there. And then I was just messing around with Flight Assist, and I discovered how useful it was in ground pounding, especially since I'm mainly a ground pounder. I normally like to go after ground targets. I used Flight Assist all the way up to today after that, and my match rate has gone way up. It's gone about 2,000, about 2,000 now. It's gone down a little bit because of the ticket challenges, which require me to use not so great planes, but overall it basically increased my match rate by about 200. And I really started to see an improvement in my gameplay, and that's because when you're using Flight Assist and you take less damage from crashing, basically what is happening is you're able to attack the target longer and not have to worry about what happens if you don't get out of the way, and you're literally just bouncing off the ground. And that's very helpful because you can stay there, you can attack ground targets, you don't have to worry, oh, what happens if I don't pull out of this position and then I crash. So that's the major thing that Flight Assist does. That's what I really like about it. That's why I used it. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. Used it. And then talking about the next thing, the second thing that Flight Assist does is that it prevents you from stalling, which is also extremely helpful when ground pounding, because as you know, if you slow down too much when you're in an attack position, you're going to stall, and then that could potentially put you excuse me, that could potentially put you in a position where you literally just fly right into the ground. You stall, nose down, crash into the ground, and that's really frustrating. I know. And Flight Assist basically stops that. It slows you down to the lowest possible speed until you can't go down anymore that you stall. So, you can stay in a position for even longer and just sit there and attack and just destroy, inflict tons and tons of damage. It's really helpful on stuff like the Harrier, that literally it can has the stability and airspeed of goes down to about 100 miles an hour, and just sit there and attack targets all day. Um, and that's also what contributed to the extreme raise in my match rate. And then the third thing that Flight Assist does is that it, if you're flying a path that'll run you right into the ground, it will automatically jerk you back up. It'll get you out of that path, so you don't have very good situational awareness, and you're just kind of just running into the ground. You just keep on attacking. What it'll do is it'll just take you out of that path. So if you're not paying attention, this could be very useful, but it can also be a little bit annoying, because sometimes if you get too close and you feel like you still have a good distance, which you might sometimes, it'll still pull you up. And that takes a little bit of time getting used to. When I first turned Flight Assist on, I had trouble adjusting to that kind of thing. So those are the three things that Flight Assist does in depth mainly. Now I wanted to talk about why you should or shouldn't use it, and is it kind of unfair. So back when I first played, as I said, I didn't use Flight Assist. And then a couple months in, I'd say about a month or two, I turned on Flight Assist and I started to do a lot better. But recently, today, I turned off Flight Assist because honestly, it's starting to turn into a crutch, and it's not becoming useful anymore. It's more of abusing it. And I feel that it's just a little bit cheap now. I'm starting to come to realize that, you're not going to be as good. If you really are good, then you wouldn't need Flight Assist. There is one exception to this, though. I think that if you're flying a bomber, you should always have Flight Assist on, because those are excuse me again. Those are very, very cumbersome. They're difficult to handle, and you're often going to fly in a path where you're gonna crash. You're gonna fly into the ground at some point or another, and Flight Assist can really save you. I know I've shown two videos of that. One where I kept on bouncing against all the cranes and oil wells and pipeline, and then one when I got stuck in between all the buildings of Tokyo martial law. That's where Flight Assist, I can see, a skilled player has warranted use of Flight Assist. But anywhere else, I feel like it's kind of more of a cheat, a crutch. And that's why I decided that I'm finally going to turn off Flight Assist, because it's just becoming abuse now. It's not really acting useful. Like new players, definitely. New players out there definitely use Flight Assist to help you out in the beginning. But without Flight Assist, you have more control of your aircraft, and you wouldn't need it if you're already good enough. And all the old Ace Combats, there is no Flight Assist, and I can fly perfectly fine without it. But here, it's really, if you use Flight Assist too much, you start to become too accustomed to it, too comfortable, and that's kind of where I gone. So I decided to turn it off. So is Flight Assist overpowered, or is it abusive? It might be. Especially when you get into the hands of a good or a high match rate player like me. It can become a little unfair, but I feel like it has its place in using bombers, or for beginners if they're not really comfortable with the flying. And that's basically it. That's all Flight Assist is. I know there's been a lot of talk around it, how it affects the gameplay of it, and how it is on a high match rate player. So yeah, that's it. Leave you with the rest of the gameplay here. We won the game. It's Dubai Night Assault. Yeah, that's it. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy your Christmas Eve, and I'll have a nice special upload for tomorrow on Christmas Day.
Seconds left. Hurry! All cruise missiles serious numbers. Better start thinking about how you'll use that reward.